Now on News 6 at 5:30, 1 week after the governor signed off on a law to strip Disney of its special governing powers, a local attorney says the law will not hold up in court. Matt Austin, he says there are protections built into the original agreement that would bar Florida from stripping the theme park of that unique power.
I'm Ginger Gadsden. The whole thing started when Disney leaders stood up against the Parental Rights and Education bill, which critics dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill. It limits what teachers can talk to younger students about in the classroom, and continued during special session when lawmakers voted to do away with Disney's Reedy Creek Improvement District, which collects much higher taxes, leaving many residents in Orange and Osceola counties to ask if this will impact their bottom line. But now, as News 6's Amanda Castro reports, one lawyer says the state doesn't even have the right to do this.
Attorney Jacob Schumer is questioning the legality of the bill that dissolves Reedy Creek, essentially saying that it goes back on a promise the state made to bondholders when it created the special district more than 50 years ago.
Jacob Schumer says the state is breaking its promise.
The state of Florida promised they wouldn't alter or abridge Reedy Creek's powers, and now they're doing it.
The Maitland attorney specializes in local government issues, telling us he doesn't believe the bill dissolving Reedy Creek would hold up in a court of law because it violates a contractual promise the state made when it established the special district in 1967.
I don't see any way that the bill that was signed into law can stand if it was challenged in the court right now.
Schumer says the legislation from more than 50 years ago gives Reedy Creek special powers, including the power to have higher property taxes.
They can require a lot of taxes. They can require 3 times higher than cities and counties.
Schumer says that's an important power the district uses to issue bonds. And when the state and Disney created Reedy Creek, lawmakers promised they wouldn't limit or alter the district's right to levy or collect taxes and fees.
So there's a special promise from the state of Florida not to mess with Reedy Creek. And that's included in all of Reedy Creek's debt. And so that's what's really stopping this from being dissolved.
There's still uncertainty around who would be on the hook for Reedy Creek's debts if dissolved. Governor Ron DeSantis has said several times, including during a town hall Thursday night, that Disney will foot the bill.
The bonds will be paid by Disney. They will be paying taxes, probably more taxes. They will follow the laws that every other person has to do.
But Schumer says based on current state law, special districts that are dissolved will transfer their debt to local governments.
Until that changes, the counties need to be ready to take that on. And not just that, but take on all the utilities that Reedy Creek is currently managing and paying for with its special taxes.
In Maitland, Amanda Castro, Getting Results, News 6.